Ranking the best quarterback abilities in Madden 23. Today we're back here updating another tier list. Today I'm going to be updating the best quarterback abilities in Madden 23 Ultimate Team. And I'm not only going to talk about how good they are, but also their AP value in Ultimate Team. That's going to be the main focus. But for you franchise people out there that clicked on this video, don't worry. Here soon I want to drop a channel strictly focused on franchise and basically doing my main channel content focused on Ultimate Team, but for franchise. Now, right before I do go on ahead, get into the first ability though, I do want to go ahead, shout out the comment of the day. Now, first things first, I'm going to lob a bunch of abilities in the F tier like Homer, Indoor Baller, a bunch of these abilities that really only help you get your X factor faster. I don't really think it's worth it. And now another thing that I'm just going to lob up in the F tier are a bunch of the stamina abilities for quarterbacks like second win, recuperation, things like that. They are somewhat useful when you have a scrambling quarterback, but just from my experience, I really don't even think they help. Like if you're running with your quarterback every single play, in my opinion, you might need a 2 quarterback system, because I was using Justin Fields for a while running the Ravens playbook. I didn't really notice any of the stamina abilities really helping him at all. And for the last thing that we're dropping into the F tier first, a bunch of these abilities like spin cycle, jukebox, I just really don't think they're that great on a quarterback, and they aren't really good AP value in Ultimate Team right now. All right, so I think we got all the F tier abilities out of the way already. Now, the first, I would say, real ability is Fearless. Fearless takes a jump for me. Fearless is now in the S tier. Fearless is essentially the counter to Under Pressure, but also you get Under Pressure and accurates, even if they don't have Under Pressure, if they're like right in your face. So this basically is the ability that's like, you're not going to get cheated. And versus the heavy blitz meta right now, this is a very, I would say, needed ability. And now we got gift wrapped. Gift wrapped, I don't really feel like does really anything. I think it's somewhat more usable than these F tier abilities, but gift wrapped, it's just higher chance to complete passes to uncovered targets. This was really good in like Madden 20 when people would play like middle linebackers at tight end, and it would actually like make them catch the ball every time. But now it's like, I don't really think it does anything. Now we got Gunslinger. Gunslinger is going to be our first A tier ability. Gunslinger is really, really nice, but it's not needed in my opinion. I don't really think it's meta. I don't really think it's that great. You don't get the velocity this year. All Gunslinger does is speed up your animation, which is still really, really nice and helps you get the ball out faster. And for 1 AP in Ultimate Team, I think it is a really, really nice thing to have, but I don't quite think it's an S tier ability. I think it's more of a great combo ability, and that's what I really think about the A tier. Now, if you're in CFM though, this is an S tier ability, and I do think you should run it on your quarterback. And now we got Gutsy Scrambler. Gutsy Scrambler to me is going to be C tier. You just really aren't getting out the pocket too much in this game, so I don't really think it's that great, but if you have a way to get out the pocket consistently, can really help you. It's essentially the mobile quarterback version, like rolling out version of Fearless. And now we got Hot Rod Master. Hot Rod Master is now S tier, and it's better than Fearless in my opinion. Reason being is now you can get it for like 2 AP in Ultimate Team with like Aaron Rodgers, John Elway, and Ryan Fitzpatrick that's dropping for a free card from the Compass reward. And Hot Rod Master essentially makes it to where any offense in the game is going to be really, really good. You don't really need the meta routes in the game. Sure, they're really, really nice to have, but you can cook up like dots and really good concepts out of any formation in the game with Howard Master. It's probably my favorite ability in the game. I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm saying it's my favorite. And now we got Human Joystick for quarterback. This should have been by like spin cycle, jukebox, and bulldozer for quarterbacks in my opinion. I like them on running backs, but on a quarterback, I don't really think it's that useful. And now we got identifier. Identifier to me, so specifically on quarterbacks and Ultimate Team, it's going to be like B tier for me. It's really, really nice to see who your opponent is using. I just really don't think it's that great AP value in Ultimate Team. And if you're going to watch all my ability videos, this is going to be an ability I'm really more high on with the offensive line, because you get a lot more people that can get it for 1 AP. It's really something that I don't think of as a quarterback ability. I know they can get it, but in my opinion, it's more of an O-line ability. And I'm going to put these two right by each other. First one's agile extender, other one anchored extender. I feel like they do the same exact thing. Essentially going to break the first blitzing DB tackle, and I don't really think they're that great. I'm gonna put them in the C tier. I really don't think it helps with like the dollar meta or anything, because like if this made it to where, hey, you don't have to block dollar, it's awesome, but it just really doesn't work like that. Like, sure, they can break off the first blitzing DB, but just like with a lot of looping pressure in the game, it's just really not worth it in my opinion. So they do what they say. I just really don't think there's great value. Now we do have 2 long range Deadeyes by accident, so we're just gonna act like we don't have that over there. I'll put a long range Deadeye in the B tier. It works in the pocket. It works when you're rolling out. I think it is a really, really good Deadeye ability. No look Deadeye, I'm not really high on, because this ability is really great when you're throwing crossbody, and it only works up to 15 or 20 yards, I believe. It's really good when you're rolling out right, throwing left. And again, with how hard I would say it is to roll out in this game, I really don't think you're going to see anyone running no look Deadeye. And we got another riser right here. Pass lead elite, given the AP value it is in Ultimate Team now, is now an S tier pass lead ability. And I'll just put it up here right now too. Set feet lead is up here too with pass lead elite. The difference between set feet lead, pass lead elite, set feet lead, you have to have your feet set, but there is a workaround around that. If you are like rolling out or something, just let go of the right trigger and it registers you as having your feet set. Now pass lead elite, why it jumped up here is because unlike gunslinger, it does increase the velocity. It basically, this and set feet lead are essentially like the same in my opinion. It's just like with Steve Young, he gets pass lead elite, I believe, for like 3 or 2. So it really just depends on what quarterback you're running and what they get. Now in franchise, these are the 5 abilities I'd run. Power Master, Fearless, Set Feet Lead, Pass Lead Elite, Gunslinger. That's like what I think the wombo combo, the best 5 abilities you could put on your superstar X Factor quarterback in franchise. And now we got QB Playmaker. I don't really like this ability this year. I think it's like C tier. I haven't found Playmaker to be that great at beating man coverage, I'll be honest with you. And it's also a boatload of AP. Really don't think it's worth it. Now, Quickdraw is an ability that I personally hate. You might be a little bit higher on it, but I hate it and I'm putting it D tier because I think everyone should avoid it. And it can be like the best one in D tier. I really don't care. But the reason why I'm saying avoid Quickdraw is what it does is it speeds up your release under pressure. The thing is, you need Quickdraw to be comboed with like Fearless for it to be good in my opinion, because if you only have Quickdraw as a standalone ability, right, all it's going to do is it's going to speed up your animation and it's still going to go right to the defense. It's going to go right to the D line because you're going to get that under pressure penalty still. I'll be a little bit more generous. I'll put it in like the C tier, but I really don't like Quickdraw this year unless you have Fearless. And now we got Red Zone Deadeye. Red Zone Deadeye, it does what it says, but I don't really think it's that worth it in the red zone. Your quarterback really shouldn't be missing any throws in the red zone anyway. Roaming Deadeye is going to go right by Gutsy Scrambler for me because of the fact that, again, it's really good when you have like a mobile quarterback year. In my opinion, you're just not getting out the pocket like that this year, so it's going to be C tier for me. And now we got Safety Valve. Safety Valve, this is supposed to help your running back, and I don't think it does. It's going to go F tier for me. I really don't think that ability does anything. Sleight of hand always has a chance, in my opinion, to be a great ability, and it's not to do with like the faster pump fake. It's to do with the increased success on double moves, and I don't think it does that this year. It's going to go F tier. I think it's really, really useless. Now we got Threat Detector. Threat Detector, I'm going to put right by Identifier because it's literally the same exact thing I said about Identifier. I think of Threat Detector more as an offensive line ability than it is a quarterback ability, and Randall McDaniel getting this for 1 in Ultimate Team is going to be S tier when I could do my O-line video. But for quarterbacks, it's a really great ability, but it's more like a luxury to have, and it is a little bit higher in AP costs, and it's more of an offensive line ability than it is a quarterback ability. This right here is a tight out, I believe. I always get this one and fast break confused with because they're essentially the same, but one has a football, one doesn't. So tight out, I think, is F tier because tight out's supposed to help your tight end, kind of like what I said about the safety valve. I don't think tight out works. I really don't see any difference compared to this on and with it off. Fast break is a really interesting one. I'm actually going to put fast break A tier now. The reason why I'm putting fast break A tier is really to do with one play. QB wrap out of Ravens playbook makes this ability like just disgusting, and I see a lot of potential with the QB runs because I do think like a lot of pistol runs, a lot of like the spread runs against dollar, which is the meta on defense in my opinion, really good, unless you're just getting like random like disengages and sheds that do happen against dollar. I feel like a lot of times though, this fast break ability is a headache to deal with, and also like I believe Vic gets it for 0 AP. I feel like that's some really, really good value, and I think fast break, there's definitely some use to it that a lot of people aren't taking advantage of, but I think it is a really, really great ability. And now we got Inside Deadeye. Inside Deadeye, I think, is like, once again, like C tier. I think it's pretty average. I remember in Madden 21 where this would work on literally every single throw. Sadly, doesn't do that anymore. Lofting Deadeye, I really don't like because I think, honestly, I'm putting this F. I think lob passes this year are some of the worst I've ever seen. Like, if you want to throw interceptions, throw lobs. Now, Pocket Deadeye is my favorite Deadeye ability. I am going to put this A tier because overall how the game plays, in my opinion, you're in the pocket like 99% of the time, so you really shouldn't miss a throw with this ability. And now we got Protected. Protected is a very solid ability, but I'm gonna put it B because I think it's more of a luxury to have than it actually is like really effective, because I would love if this like worked against double or nothing, if it worked against edge threat. But essentially what protected does, I was always trying to figure out what's the best way to say what protected does. It essentially gives every single one of your offensive linemen all day. So what that means is they can still lose initially off like the first punch, right? Like edge threat can insta shed them, double or nothing can win instantly. But if they're able to hold it down, you should get more like time in the pocket off the initial rush. But it's also not good against the meta right now, because the meta really isn't like send 3, it's send like your whole freaking team. And protected really isn't going to do anything when you have to block your running back, when you have to block your tight end, and so on like that. Now we got Sideline Deadeye. Sideline Deadeye, honestly, I really like Sideline Deadeye as well. I'm gonna put this up with Pocket Deadeye. I think Pocket Deadeye and Sideline Deadeye are the two best Deadeyes in the game. And I'm gonna make a slight change real quick, because I'm gonna drop these ones that I already said were kind of useless into F, and I'm gonna drop every single other one down a tier, because I don't like having the Deadeye abilities on the same tier as Gunslinger. So we're gonna drop everything down a single tier, and this is what it's looking like. I am gonna move Protected up in the B though. Now we got Highball Deadeye or Highpoint Deadeye. So the thing about this is, right, Highpoint, like, it would be good if high balls were not already insanely accurate. I think it's like a C tier ability. Like, it's okay, but like you're really not missing high balls a lot. Now, if you're on classic passing though, I think this takes the jump to B or A, because I have noticed if you're on classic, you miss a ton more high balls than you do if you're on freeform. So I could see maybe Highpoint being A if you use classic, but I think freeform's better right now anyway. I think you should be using freeform, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the C tier. Low point Deadeye, I'm gonna put F, because I think low balls are the absolute worst. I think they're basically unusable. I don't really see the point in using them. And a little like side note is the fact that low points suck. Like, that was one of the most effective ways to beat man coverage in years past. Like, most of the time it would be like, instead of screw it, you highball some stuff, you just lowball something and it works. Like low ball curls, low ball deep digs, like really effective way to beat man coverage, kind of just like taking out the game. Now we got Conductor. Conductor is one of my favorite abilities as well. I think Conductor is A tier, especially if you are in an offense that wants to go. And for the last ability, we got Dashing Deadeye. Dashing Deadeye, gonna go by like Roaming Deadeye, and then pretty much the same exact thing I said. You're just really not getting out the pocket this year, in my opinion. And yeah, y'all, this has been my updated best quarterback abilities in Madden 23 Ultimate Team. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Again, for you franchise people out there, I know you get 5 abilities for your Superstar X Factor quarterback. The 5 I would run: these 4 in S, and the A tier Gunslinger, or potentially if you don't feel like you need Gunslinger, you could run Conductor as well. But yeah, y'all, I hope y'all did enjoy this video, man. If I was able to help you out, maybe I taught you something about an ability that you didn't know, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you are interested in Ultimate Team, want to stay up to date with the best cards and best abilities, like I said, leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you want to see me use some of these abilities live and see how effective they are and why I'm so high on them, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. I would greatly appreciate a follow on that as well. If you don't feel like heading over to Twitch right now, you guys want another video to watch, check this one out right here. I rank the best cornerbacks in Madden 23 Ultimate Team.